I was telling Jackie the feeling, what it's like when Letterman, you know, because Jackie will never have that feeling. When
he was walking me through it.
Yeah, I was walking him through it, giving him something to live for.
Like.
He'll get his chance. He'll get his chance. I'm convinced.
Let me take you.
Yeah. So, you know, when that music comes out, Robin, you, of course, have experienced it on The Tonight Show, and I've experienced it on both The Tonight Show and The Letterman Show. Yeah. Jackie hasn't had that experience yet.
Well, I have to walk in here each morning and face Fred.
It's similar.
Same thing.
Very similar.
Very similar.
You get a rush of adrenaline.
Oh, it's Fred.
You gotta go through that door.
Here we go.
All right. No, but it is weird when you walk on, all of a sudden you go, I got to be funny for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like the last moment of freedom is that walk to the chair.
Yeah, and then Dave is looking at you like, okay, make me laugh.
What are you going to do?
Make me laugh, douchebag.
How's this going to work?
Right. And you're sitting there going, I know for me, I don't have any memorized material or something. I imagine a stand-up comic does, but I wonder, oh, my God, what am I going to say?
Yeah.
What am I going to say?
And what's Dave going to say?
Yeah.
I hope Dave has something to say.
And then, of course, the last time I was on, I wore an OJ T-shirt, and I started to do a joke about it, and Dave sat there stone-faced and said, I don't find anything funny about double murder. Of course, two nights later, he was doing OJ jokes.
Was that the last time you were on?
It's the one that sticks in my memory, so that's the last time. I remember the feeling of like, oh, so I can't make an OJ joke, and then I remember 2 or 3 nights later sitting there going, oh, he can.
The door's been opened.
The door's been opened.
Because they were all in the paper saying that they would never do it. They weren't doing it. OJ was not a part of monologue.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Dave. Thanks for selling the material. Really helps when you're sitting there stone-faced and I'm trying to make people laugh. And I'm doing it for free.
Stone-faced, scowling.
Yeah. Guy's scowling at me and I'm going, why do I... The last time I was on Letterman, I was like, why do I do this show? Why?
Why am I performing for him?
Yeah, who's this guy in my life? I mean, so he's got a TV show. I got to kiss his ass?
Yeah.
I got to sit there and make him laugh?
I got to please him.
And increasingly, more and more I went on there, it was almost like familiarity breeds contempt because he would be more and more sort of disinterested or like acting like, my dad, and giving me disapproving glances. Interesting how I think of my dad.
Yeah, pleasant guy.
Yeah, right.
Like going to see Letterman.
Right.
Without music.
Yeah, I mean, some people say, hey, going to see my dad and getting that approving glance. I get a disapproving glance. But it was just weird. I mean, why am I going on Letterman? I kept saying to myself, why am I doing this? Every time I'd get off, especially the times that my agent would come with me, I would go, what do you think? And he was like, boy, that was a lot of work. And it was. It's like, man, you got to sit there and make Letterman laugh. And
like, that's the question. Who
cares?
Just to go on and have a good time. Why do you have this fear that Letterman is going to be displeased?
Yeah, well, and the reason you have that fear is because he could sit there and ruin your whole 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Your set. He could ruin your set, man.
Yeah.
If he just sits there and says, and lets the audience in that he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he likes it, and he keeps begging me to come back on.
Right.
So if you like
it, calling.
Yeah. So if you like it, tell the audience you like it.
Isn't it weird? He used to, it was a problem getting you on the show at first.
Right.
And then he was just ecstatic.
Right.
That you were there.
Right.
And now that they're calling all the time, he's miserable.
I know. And I won't go on.
It's crazy.
I know. Yeah. Now that I won't go on, I don't know. Then when I started going on, he was miserable.
Yeah. I mean, once you got there and you were really good at it, he was upset.
My relationship with Letterman is more confusing than dating a woman. Women are easier. No, women are easier. I'm telling you.
They'll let you know when they're pleased.
All right.
Sometimes.
You're getting ready. I was thinking about that this weekend. You're getting ready to do all that stuff all over again.
Well, yeah. I made that point in my book, by the way, because when I was writing about you, I was writing about, I tried to comment on, some of the stuff you said in Quivers of Life.
Oh, you tried.
It was impossible. You know what? I gave up. But, I was talking about my love affair with you, of course, my darling. But, I was saying, whenever we used to have, when you used to be crazy.
Yes. Hey, that was too big a laugh.
When you used to be crazy.
Yeah, I remember those days.
I was trying to make the point about how, even as close as we are, there is a man-woman difference. I came up with a psychological thing that guys are less sensitive than women. You'll see. You'll read. You'll learn about yourself.
Well, I don't know if you can make blanket statements like that.
Well,
I'm more
yes, you can.
sensitive than Jackie.
Jackie's the only guy I know who can have his toenails ripped out of his feet and not even know it.
You had to tell me you did it.
Right. But,
So what's the psychological difference, or do you want to save that?
maybe I ought to save it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because then there'll be nothing to talk about when the book comes out.
But you see, you and I, you have figured out there's like a man-woman difference?
Oh, yeah. Well, you're in love with me.
Here we go.
I prove it in the book.
All right.
I prove that you love me.
Okay. Well, I'm going to prove that I'm not.
I take a microcosm. I take one of our conversations and prove that you are in love with me.
And you don't think this is an act I do here? What are you talking about, an on-air conversation or an off-air
That's the other thing about you. There's no act. You are what you are.
Oh, right.
This is you.
You have no clue.
Please.
Kaloo.
Kaloo.
That's a new two-syllable word. Kaloo.
You have no clue.
But after you read the book, you realize I might be crazier than all of you.
Well, I've always contended. Remember, we've had these conversations before about who's crazier.
I prove in the book that, you know who the most normal person... You know what I prove in the book?
Who is the most normal?
On the show?
Yeah.
I shouldn't tell you this because it'll ruin my thesis.
Should have a betting pool.
But, right there.
Oh, stop.
That's who I prove is most
normal. We're all
normal.
in very bad shape.
Right there, Fred Norris.
Because...
Bring in a gun.
Yeah, really. If he is the most normal, if he is as close to normal as we get, because he's not even approaching normal.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for the compliment, Robert.
He's bizarre. No, but I proved that Fred is the most normal on the show by proving that it's because he's from Mars, so he's very normal.
There you go.
Very normal for a Mars.
Right.
There you go.
Would you use process?
Well, I certainly hope that Robin
Yeah.
isn't purporting herself to be anywhere close to normal.
I never said that. We were talking about who is most normal.
So I guess
Not
you're a good
who
judge
is
of what normal is, wouldn't you?
Oh, dear. Here he goes.
All right,
I think he might have been the most normal up until about the list.
Yeah, right.
Here he goes. He's off again.
Why don't you go smoke another joint, Jack?
There's no room here for anyone normal.
Right.
It wouldn't last 10 seconds.
Anyway, I had a miserable weekend. I'll tell you all about it once I get back.
But I want to get back to this for a second, because are you talking about on-air conversations where you prove that I love you?
Yeah, well, how else am I going to do it?
Because we don't even have conversations off
Of course
air.
not. There's no time.
We're so in love.
Right. Well, we can't stand to be in the same room together, or else we might
the
jump on
tension
them. The tension. Sexual tension.
I see. All right.
No, when I'm done with this book, we're all getting together.
Why?
All right, a bad idea.
What, are you going to ruin it?
Good, I'm glad you put a stop to that. You had me feeling guilty for about 3 seconds. All right, let's take a...
It's been working, so...
Yeah, yes, it has. Let's take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
It worked.
It worked. Let me tell you, you don't know how many people have said that to me. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. It's like the new catchphrase.
It's the new mantra.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a rough week. I haven't showered in 2 days. Don't come and smell me. I'm really foul.
You couldn't fit in a shower?
No.
Jeez.
I got to get this book. The book is due today. It completed.
2 days. Are you done?
No, I got to run home after the show. In fact, I really got to end the show at 10 today. We're going to start the news at 9, and at 10 I'm walking out the door.
Let's start the news now.
Start the news now. We might make it.
Might do it.
No, today I really, seriously, at 9 o'clock I gotta start.
Should we remind you?
Yeah, I mean I gotta get the hell out the door.
Are you close?
Yeah, I'm kind of close, but you know what it is? I wrote the damn thing so quick that I just want to make sure everything's
you
in it.
You don't remember what you did?
Yeah, I want to read through it, and I don't have the time. You know, it's just really weird. But I want to get it out on time, November 14th.
That's a difficult thing to do too, to sit down with the whole thing and then try to read it.
And then I'm not a real good reader. I mean, I wrote the damn thing, and I can't. You know, it's like I get crazy. I'm like, oh, I got to read this. I got to make sure every word is right. I got to look for problems. Stupid.
You can't do all of that in one read.
Yeah, if you read too fast, you don't remember.
Yeah, right. And then I get crazy with these projects. I pack this thing with so many pictures, and it's like. And then I start saying, well, what did I leave out? I left something out here. I don't know. Fafa Fooey was helping me with the pictures. Hey, Fafa.
Are the pictures in order?
Well, they're all over the book, you know.
But I meant, are they all there? Is that what you're talking about? You think that some pictures?
In my mind, something's missing. Fafa, I indicated on the copy that I sent over a couple of pictures I think are missing from the book.
Okay.
First of all, in the Governor chapter, where's all the cartoons? Or they just haven't been scanned yet?
No, there's a bunch in there.
Are they? I thought there was like 50.
No, there wasn't like 50.
How many are there?
There's like, there were a bunch that were sort of repetitive or some that didn't fit. There's like 6 in there, I think.
6?
Yeah, there's not 50.
Well,
there's just not 50.
You think something's missing.
I'll talk to you off the air.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to you about that.
6 and 50, that's a big...
Yeah.
There was 50 in Howard. There was 50
in total,
40
right?
In total.
Yeah, but I thought most of them were.
And then there were a bunch that went in a different chapter.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'll talk about this off the air. And there's no need to talk to the audience about that.
But I do have to say that I did Robin a great favor because there was a picture of Robin in the book that was so bad, and I had them take it out.
I did that too. You know what? Which one I did?
Which one?
Remember that little picture of Bo the lesbian?
Oh, yeah.
But Robin was sitting next to her, and Robin's mouth was open.
Oh, see, I didn't think
like she was about to give oral sex. I cropped that.
See, the one that I took out, there was a picture of you and Robin at one of the Bella. It was either
I thought I looked awful in that.
You did, but Robin. Originally, it was a picture of the two of you, and Robin was wearing her famous tiara.
Oh.
And she just didn't look good in that particular pose.
My tiara, I don't remember.
Something you guys were in some sort of wacky outfit.
You know what? In this book, I put in every bad picture of myself. I figured, what the hell? It's hard to find good pictures of me at just the right angle.
It's funny. The reason I was thinking about you going out on this publicity tour was I was going through a bunch of old articles on the show this week, and I saw your hair in every configuration.
Well, can I tell you something?
What?
In this book, there is a history of my hair. It's a 2-page spread. You're going to go wild for it.
Oh,
wait till you see it.
Well, if you've got, because it has been quite high in the past.
You've been through every hairstyle almost.
There was a time when you were on the Channel 9 show at the very beginning.
Tremendous height.
There was a time where you looked like the guy from Kid and Play.
I know.
It was so high.
I was looking at one picture. I was like, when did Howard wear his hair this high?
It's all in the book.
Oh, my goodness.
That's funny that you bring that up.
Yeah, it was shocking.
I have a 2-page spread on the history of my hair. It's pretty good.
Well, then you'll be shocked, too.
Yeah. Oh, it is shocking. I go, how did I do that? Like, what mirror was I looking at?
And I thought to myself, I remember going through that time, and we thought the hair looked good then.
I don't know. I never did. I got to go on record as saying,
really? How could you wear your hair that way?
I didn't know what else to do. I figured that was my hair. I got to thank Ralph. You know, everyone puts Ralph down, but I'm going to give Ralph some praise right now. Ralph looked at me and said, you know, dude, you could grow out your hair. I go, what do you mean? Because I used to just grow my hair. And then I started getting that poodle cut where they gave you a layer.
Layers, and you had this poofy top.
Yeah. And he says, dude, I had the same haircut. And he showed me a picture of himself. That's like, that's like Jersey hair from, the 70s.
That's true.
And he said, just grow your hair out, man. It's going to look really ugly in the beginning. It's going to be awkward. And then when it grows out, it's going to look really good. So ever since then, Ralph's been okay with me.
Oh, boy.
I got to admit.
Did you see there was a...
No wonder I like him so much. I mean, he's rescued me from looking like a douche.
There was a big interview with Bon Jovi in Us Magazine, and they had a picture of them from 1986, and everybody in the band had that haircut.
Yeah.
And they said it was like looking at pictures from like the disco era.
Yeah, but I had that haircut way too long. I had it almost in the 90s.
You held on to it past its prime.
I just didn't know any better because I have no fashion sense and no ability to, sort of see myself. I just knew that. I said, my God, I have so much hair on my head. And I'm so lucky to have hair because most guys go bald.
Right.
And I still look lousy. But I was just like,
I got all this hair.
I used to look at it and I go, why do I have so much trouble with my hair? Everyone tells me I have gorgeous hair, and I have so much trouble with my hair. I could never figure it out.
But you were so psyched because it looked so much better than the previous haircut, which was that one you had at NBC, the short haircut and the mustache. Then when you went long, you just kept going.
Yeah. I have great raw material. I just couldn't get it together.
You were just getting a bad haircut from somebody.
Yeah, but I didn't know any better,
Yeah, you kept asking for that haircut.
Well, you kind of knew.
I mean, you were the one who said to me, hey, Howard, just grow your hair out. And I was like, well, what do you mean? Yeah, just grow it out and it'll be fine and it'll get straight and it'll look normal.
Yeah, I mean,
because it used to drive me crazy. I'd see myself on TV and I'd say, I see women with long hair and stuff. And the hair's out of their face and it, it looks like normal. My head looked 50 sizes too big. It was like Big Bird. And I used to say,
it looked like your hair was taking off.
But I would look at, like, even on the Channel 9 show, I would look at the videotape, and my hair would go out of the frame. It was unbelievable.
Like you could be in the picture, or your hair could be in the picture.
I know. And it was like, I'd say, why is that? And then some days, if I didn't blow it out just right, it would be all caved in. And
if they were to be dense and whole.
Yeah. And I couldn't put it in a ponytail because it looked ridiculous. All these things used to hang off the side.
Right.
And I just was like, I don't understand. What am I doing wrong?
What happened?
I have hair. and it's turning out crazy.
It's a nightmare.
And people are telling me I have nice hair. I don't understand. What am I doing wrong?
You know what used to happen that was really bad? When it was really high, like all of a sudden sometimes it would just split.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And it could split, and I'd go, I don't understand. Why have a split in the middle of my head? I've got a lot of hair.
Seeing in these pictures, it would be sometimes the hair was everywhere.
I know, and it took up my whole head, and it was like, I have a face. I mean, why? I used to look at ugly guys on TV, and I'd say, you know, why are they not uptight? They're showing their faces. I would go crazy from this hair. And I knew to have long hair, I knew that I would look better, but I didn't understand what I was doing wrong. So I give you a lot of credit. You walked in and you assessed the situation, Ralph, and you did a good job.
I saw a problem.
You saw a problem and you tackled it.
Well, if you're moving towards Ralph's haircuts of a few years ago, when do you get this one?
I got to tell you something. Most people do not like Ralph dyed his hair 2 different colors. I got to admit, I like it.
See, you're going that way.
I like it. I do like it.
Doesn't mean he's going to do it.
No, I'm not. Believe me, I ain't done my hair blonde. But in fact, I was the one who was supposed to dye my hair blue. Remember, I was going to dye my hair blue, and I just kind of said, I don't know, because I got this movie coming up.
Busy and stuff.
Yeah.
Dye it blue? Wasn't going to be like a
streaks, some streaks of blue in it.
Yeah, not like
all blue.
Superman blue.
But
and what color blue?
It was almost like a black. It was so dark, but it was kind of cool because you would have seen some streaks of it. But I never got around to doing it, and
I think you should do your whole head like that.
You think so?
Yeah.
Blue?
Like that dark blue. So when the light hits it,
the problem with the dark blue
shines,
is I hardly get outside because of this book, and I'm like really white. I'm whiter than any man on the planet now.
You're going to look pale.
Oh, I look awful.
So with the dark hair, you'd really look ghostly?
This book really screwed up my summer. I was going to get in shape this summer. I was going to go running every day, do a whole thing of biking, and I just completely screwed up with this book. And, like, even this weekend, I had no time to exercise, and I went to listen to this. This is what happened. Friday, they gave me the call, and they said, Monday, you have to have all your changes in. So I'm not even done. But I'm going to work through today and get it in by Monday night. Monday afternoon. Yeah. So this weekend, I started working like on Friday, and I'm working through into Friday night. Saturday, I decided, okay, take a break, go running for a half hour. I go running for a half hour with my wife. And then we put in this hot tub, so I jumped in the hot tub with her naked, and I did her in the tub.
Where is this hot tub? You keep talking about it.
It's outside my bedroom. You got to come over and see this.
The other day I'm talking to him, he says, I'm in the hot tub.
Yeah. I called Robin from the hot tub.
That's cool.
It was great. It's like, my one thing. And you know what? I never thought I'd use it, and I use it all the time.
I know. You thought it was a silly idea.
Yeah, but I'm into the hot tub. So I threw my wife in there. And
you did her in there?
Yeah, I did her in there.
Oh, are you getting wild?
It was wild.
You on the bottom, right?
Yeah. And she was nice and light because water. I could handle it.
Buoyant.
And she's like, what should I... It was really weird. We were in the hot tub, and she was like, what should I do? I don't understand. I go, get on top of me. And and she goes, you think I should move up and down? Or I was just like, what's wrong with you?
Has she ever had sex?
She's
still asking that question?
Yeah.
Really?
She's like naive.
What should I do?
It's like being with a 2-year-old.
Well, how does this feel so far, honey?
Yeah, I mean, why don't you get crazy? And she talks through the whole thing.
What is she talking about?
She was talking about, it's not hot enough. Why did you lower the water? It was just like, shut up.
She's out of the water, right?
What?
Man. You're under the water, and she's not. She's out in the air, right?
Yeah, but she was.
Her is in the water.
No, I sat all the way down on the floor of the hot tub, so she was pretty much, immersed. And then as soon as I was done in 3 seconds because it felt good.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, I go, hey, wait a second. You can get pregnant in here. She goes, ah! And she goes running out.
She's lit out of the water.
Yeah, she knows not to get pregnant.
She's through with that.
Yeah. And then I was disgusted because I was sitting there in the water with my own.
Oh, with your...
yeah.
Go fishing.
With yourself.
Yeah.
You'll get pregnant.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. Don't think about the ramifications. I know.
Egg drop soup.
Oh, shut up. I can't believe it.
And bubbles.
Next time I get her in there, I'm going to, make her wear a face mask and a snorkel. So keep her quiet.
Go diving.
Go diving. Shut up. I was trying to get her to do something with her mouth while I was in the water, and she goes, I'm going to drown.
Right.
So it's like...
What a way to go.
Yeah.
For you.
Man, so I did. So that was kind of exciting. Then I got right downstairs and I got to work, and then I got crazy because my cousin was having his 50th birthday party on Saturday night. And my parents were going, my sister's going, my wife's going, and various family members and, his friends and all that kind of stuff. And my cousins. So I had agreed to go, but I had no idea this would be the last week. And I had to go.
Converging at the wrong time.
So I worked all through Saturday, and then, I had to leave the house at about 7:30 to get to this party in the city.
Yeah. And you didn't shower?
No, I showered Saturday. I'm telling you, I didn't shower Sunday, and I didn't shower today. I'm getting a little raw. So anyway.
The author is here.
Yeah. Oh, look, the great author.
The stinky author.
Blind people knew I was in the room. So I go to the party, and I'm freaking out. On the way into the party, my parents came in the car with us, and my sister, and my brother-in-law. I brought the book with me, and I'm editing through it.
Oh, boy.
And I'm sitting there working.
How can you, where you working?
I'm sitting there on the seat, in the limo, and I'm writing while they're all talking. And it's driving my parents and everyone crazy. What is this? My mother said, what are you doing? I said, Ma, I have to finish a book. Oh, please. Oh, please. I go I said, excuse me.
How does she think it gets done?
How do you think this stuff gets done? It's just, it's just like someone should go do it for you.
Or it just happens.
Yeah, right. Don't put so much into it. And then I start going, look, Ma, I'm into it. Just leave me alone. You're miserable. You do this to yourself.
You got to get the
I got to get a lecture about, karma, doing things to yourself. My mother thinks she's Buddha.
Yeah.
My mother got
you're out of balance.
My mother got into transcendental meditation when I was 18, so she's been doing it for over 20 years. No, that's not right. 18, 20. How old? Oh, yeah, it is over 20 years.
It is over 20
right.
I'm afraid, yes.
That's like 24 years. She's been into and ever since she got into it, she became she became a Maharishi herself. You know what I mean? She became like an Indian guru. So she, whenever she sees me getting stressed out, because I work for a living.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, who do you think's paying for this limo going in? How do you think
she enjoys the
that
car.
she liked?
Yeah.
Sunday I had family over, which I couldn't be a part of. They were all eating lox and stuff and whitefish. Who do you think pays for that?
They're having a good time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everyone's having fun. Everyone's having fun. I got to pay for this stuff. So I'm sitting there and I'm working on the book, and I'm just minding my own business. What are you doing? What are you doing?
But you must have had all the stuff in your lap.
Yeah, I brought a big shopping bag with me, and I had the book, in the shopping bag, and I was writing as I went along, and I was on the phone while, I was getting work done.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
You're not with them.
No, I couldn't be. I told them I couldn't be, but I was with them at the party.
Jeez.
Party was really nice. I don't usually like parties, and this was a really good party. My cousin's a professional party planner.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's like that guy Frank.
Oh,
in the wedding thing.
That guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Frank.
In the Father of the Bride.
Yeah, Frank. He's Frank. And he knows how to, throw a real party. So you get in. It was like some loft in the city.
Oh.
And he had a bunch of his friends and family. And you go in, and they had a band that was really good. And all these black guys. God. Black people can sing.
Oh, jeez. In the band.
Should have heard him. It was unbelievable. And the food was real good. And I ate tons of food, and then I felt guilty afterwards because I haven't been able to run. And
worked out.
And I'm fat as a pig. I can't even fit in my pants. I can't fit in.
Well, you were extremely thin. So,
I know.
I mean, it's not like you're gone overboard just because you can't fit into your thin pants.
This week I get done with this book, and you're gonna see. I'm gonna turn myself.
You're gonna do what I
do what you did. I'm going to go rollerblading, horseback riding, and tennis every day.
I said to Howard on Friday when I was leaving, now can I go back to exercise?
You didn't exercise this weekend, I hope.
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
I just did a little stairmastering. And then on Sunday, I rollerbladed.
All right, but you did one thing.
Yes.
And you didn't go nuts. Like, you didn't get on the Stairmaster and set it up to level 10 and go crazy, did you?
Well...
What level were you on?
I was on level 7 Saturday.
How long?
I did it twice for half an hour. I did it in the morning for half an hour. For half an hour.
So you're going to be sick again.
And then on Sunday, I got up. It was sunny. I said, all right, it's a rollerblading day. So I put on my rollerblades, and I went out for 50 minutes.
5-0. Not 15. 5-0.
50, yes.
Yeah, 5-0.
And then last night, I did the Stairmaster for 30 minutes at
oh, man, here we go.
8.
Oh, my God. And, of course, you're starving yourself, are you?
Of course.
Yeah. Have you eaten anything in 2 days?
I haven't eaten anything today.
Well, you should be thin by tomorrow. Unbelievable. And your horse had the weekend off?
My horse was off for the weekend.
I mean, good.
Jewish holiday.
Now that you're lighter, I was surprised the horse would want you on.
Glad to see
and
you.
its racket stayed halted.
Good. Good for you. Well, level 8, that's a pretty high. You know what I do the Stairmaster on? Level 1.
Turn it on.
That's what I do, level 1.
How could you do that?
I know. Because if I do anything more, I get exhausted.
Oh, you.
Level 8, man.
Man.
No, you know what happened after I started, when I went to Colorado and I did those power walks in the mountains. When I came back, I could do the Stairmaster.
Power walks.
In the mountains. We got to get video of that.
Most people go for a walk. Robin's on a power walk.
It's like a Von Trapp family.
Right. Power
Swiss
walk.
family quiver.
So you, I see. Well, anyway, so I go to the party, and that was pretty cool. And there was all these, like, dumplings and, like, chicken things.
Now you're going to make me hungry.
Oh, my God. There was, like leeks in these special wraps, mushrooms, and,
wow.
you could taste the butter all over the crust. And it was delicious.
Good.
It was really good. Excellent. And I'm eating it, I'm going, oh, I don't care. I have to have some gratification.
Yeah, there has to be some beauty to life.
Yeah.
You got to enjoy something.
So I was eating, and that was good, and sitting in my own BI business. And aside from one incident, everything was really nice at the party.
What was the incident?
Well, people were being real nice, but this guy, I don't know, I was on a line for some buffet, and
always happens in the buffet
this
line.
guy was lurking behind the, like a pole, all right? Like a, what do you call that? A beam.
Oh.
A beam, yeah. So all of a sudden he pops out, and I go, oh, hello. He goes, oh, hello. And I could tell there's something weird about the guy, And he says, I said, wow. I said, man, this is a great party, isn't it? I was trying to be friendly.
To be conversational.
Because, people, when I show up at a party, like my cousin had some, like, Marilyn Monroe lookalikes and Mae West lookalikes walking through the thing. I'm almost like one of those lookalikes.
Yeah, you're like, is that the real Howard or is that some celebrity lookalike?
More than one person came up to me and go, oh, are you the real Howard Stern? And I go, yeah. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, that's terrible.
Because they were like looking at me and stuff and taking pictures with me. And I don't know if they knew I was the real one or the fake one.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
You should have had a couple of lookalikes. Maybe you would have.
Yeah, straight and switch.
I'm thinking of going to the movies with lookalikes. So people will just think we're a bunch of lookalikes hanging out for the day. Yeah, I'm a Cher lookalike. So I, because there was like a Marilyn Monroe and a Mae West, and they would walk around and stuff and go, how you doing, big boy?
Oh, boy.
And stuff. It was fun, though. It was funny. They weren't obnoxious. They didn't hang all over you. They would just walk by.
It's like being in Vegas.
Yeah. It was cool. It was cool. It was a good thing. It wasn't tacky, believe it or not. So,
well, it is in Vegas.
Yeah, but this was kind of funny. It was just sort of weird, but but like there were a lot of people who were excited that I was there and taking pictures and stuff with me, and I was feeling kind of bad because I didn't look my best.
Oh dear.
Because I had just come from 12 hours of staring at my book. My eyes are all bloodshot, and I've been looking pretty bad lately. You know what I mean? I got to get myself together. So. You know what I mean? I've been looking bad.
Well, you look pretty bad this morning.
I know.
I haven't seen you in that bad a shape in a long time.
I'm having a really bad life. I said to the guy, I'd rather be dead.
That was weird.
That's a horrible thing to say.
Yeah, well,
You always complain, but you've never come in here and said you're
dead.
to be dead.
Yeah, it's got to be easier.
That's a new low.
Yeah, this book, I just said, I ruined my whole summer with this book. I ruined my whole summer.
But it's almost over.
It's almost over. It's almost over.
Now it's time to live.
Yeah. So I've got 2 more days on it. So, so I'm at the party and everything, and so I figured I'll go over and get some food. There was this guy cooking up like spaghetti and stuff, and like individual,
a little thing,
a little pan, like yuppie food. It was cool though. And I'm standing in line with my wife, and the guy goes, "Yeah, So this guy's standing behind the pole. And goes, I go, "Hey, good party." He goes, "Yes, it is." And then I said, I don't know. I just started like trying to make some conversation with him. I said, "Oh, I'm exhausted. I feel a wreck, because like we were hanging out and the party was good and everyone was all hot and sweaty and stuff." And he goes, "Oh, you ought to be quiet because you're changing my impression of you." So I said, "Well, oh, okay."
No, what was his impression?
He goes, "Well, I have to tell you, someone said to me, 'Did you go over and say hello to Howard Stern?' And I told them no, because I really can't stand him." Ugh. So, no, I just...
people who have to announce that to you.
So anyway, I said, I went to this party to be with my cousin, to be with my family. I don't know this guy from a hole in the wall.
Hello, I hate you.
Yeah, right. And he's got... His agenda now is that I'm at this... I would never meet this man. I'm doing it for my cousin, because I love my cousin. And he's got this agenda. He's gonna let me have it.
Yeah, he's got to be the outrageous one.
Yeah, he's gonna tell Howard Stern. Now, you don't have to like me. Who cares? Who cares what you keep it to yourself? Go have a good time. It's a party. So my wife grabs my arm, gets me away from this guy because she's thoroughly disgusted with what he just said to me. I mean, I could have handled him because I had a great line for him. I had a wonderful line.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna tell him he'd been sucking on something too much. Anyway, my wife pulls me away from him, and I just said, "Hey, what's the big deal?" I blew it off. But I was pissed. I was like, wait, I don't get this guy.
You were having a good time.
I'm a guest at this party of my cousin.
Just like him.
Yeah, and I don't know him. He doesn't have to bother me.
And he doesn't have a fear that anybody's going to walk up to him and say, "I hate you."
Yeah, right. And it's just like, hey, man, dude, I don't really care what you think. So then all of a sudden I'm sitting at the table, the guy came over and he goes, "I want to apologize to you. I acted terribly rude." So I said,
was he old or young?
What? He was an older guy. He must have had a few too many, you know what I'm saying? So, because I just want to apologize to you.
Yeah, he was old enough to know better.
I was terribly rude. So I said, "Okay, man, I appreciate you saying that. Fine, thanks. No big deal." Then my wife got all worked up. "What was that about? What did he say to you?" I said, "Well, he apologized. He said he was rude." Of course he should have. And I'm going to go over and say something.
Oh, dear.
I go, no. I said, the guy felt bad about it. It's no big deal. He got carried away in the moment. He wanted to be outrageous like I am, and he wanted to be a big shot. Drop it. Just drop it.
No, she didn't.
I don't think she did. I don't know what happened, but she was on fire.
Oh, boy.
She was just, and I just said, what? Let's just have a good time.
Hey, it's over.
And we had a good time.
Johnny.
And we had a good time.
Good.
It was a great party. I mean, because I don't even like parties. I didn't leave there till like 1 o'clock in the morning. Then I'm screaming in the car home at my parents and my sister. I have to get home. I have to get to sleep. I have to get up at 4 in the morning and start working on this book again. I'm going to get 3 hours sleep. Oh, shut up. Yeah, right. My mother's like, shut up. And then she's like, what time is it? I go, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock? I didn't know it was 1 o'clock. We could have left at 2 hours. Like, I didn't know it was 1 o'clock.
Yeah, she doesn't even stay out that long.
Yeah, right.
Jeez.
Then Sunday, all the people who were at the party ended up coming back to my house.
Oh,
Howard.
And I had to stay in my basement and work.
Yeah. Well, you'd done one night with me.
Yeah, I did one night. But that was the whole big thing, that I was in the basement now. And of course, my mother's, like, out of her mind over it.
Oh, boy.
What is with him? He could come up in a few minutes and join us for lunch.
It's like, oh, man.
And that voice gets you right upstairs.
Yeah, it makes you want to sit there. But it was the worst day for me to be working on a book, because then that night some cousins came in from Boston. It was a whole family thing. It was just worked out that way. They were staying over, and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't talk to you. Please don't bother me. Go away. And I hate to get this crazy. The book makes me crazy, and it's like, I was like 5 minutes. I don't know how and then my mother goes, how do you always do this to yourself? Other people write a book, they have 2 years. And I go, Ma, how do you know what other people do with a book? I don't
yo, they get you to do a book. You got to get it done in a month. And then I was like, what? I go, what are you talking about? Only you have to get a book done in a month. It's just like, I don't know how.
That's right, Colin Powell. He was retired for 2 years before his book came out. He didn't even have another job.
You know what it is? People can't wait for my next book. They just can't. Because, like, the bookstores are very anxious for it because, you know, they're going to have a miserable Christmas otherwise. What other book is there to buy for a gift?
What else is there? Yeah,
so
Lonnie Anderson?
Yeah, they're all excited because they're going to have something to sell for a gift.
Sure.
Yeah, good, you can buy Lonnie Anderson's depressing book for Christmas. Bert beat me across the face.
Bert was hooked on Valium.
Yeah, great. Who didn't know?
Bert was a scary monster.
Bert was a scary monster. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, you were the last to know?
Yeah, it's called Judy Carn's book. It's a rewrite. What are you kidding me? Yeah, chapter 2. The sequel. Lonnie, you should have bought Judy Carn's book. You would have known not to marry him.
I skipped the first line of that story where, you know, they were talking about Lonnie Anderson's book, and I'm reading about what a miserable guy Bert was. And I'm like, Judy Carn wrote another book?
Yeah, right. You know, Lonnie, read Judy's book. Just copy it and put in your name. What's the matter with you? Just cross out Judy and write Lonnie.
It's already done, so she didn't have a problem.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but my mother, she was giving me the lecture, you know.
I don't understand. How did this happen to you? Why is it you write a book and you only have a month? I never saw anything like it.
Oh, man.
So then you go back down to the computer and stare at it for 10 minutes while you calm down from talking.
Yeah. Well, thank God I'm done with the writing thing. You know, it's like
just a sort of going over.
Yeah, and then, you know, but everyone has their 2 cents, you know, then people read it, they go, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. You know, everyone starts, you know, oh, this part's funny.
Guessing.
Yeah, right. Maybe you can cut this part, maybe you can cut that part. I go, I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. And all kinds of weird stuff. Weird stuff happens around this book I can't even talk about. I'll talk about it when it comes out. Wait till I tell you this. I might even tell you during the commercial. Just because I'm so crazy about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Something big?
Yeah. Something weird. All right, anyway, I got to take a break here.
Did I read something? I guess I did read something about you.
Uh-oh. I've been too busy.
No. I told you I was going through all these old articles, and something about they have a script for your movie?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I'm talking about that after I get done with the book. I'll tell you everything.
I did read that this weekend.
Well, just... and keep it to yourself. All right, let's take a break. Yeah, I read about you being in a movie.
I'm not in a movie.
What's up? I don't know. You're doing
I'm in a movie deal.
You're in a movie deal. Robin's in a movie deal. Did you read that?
No.
Uh-oh, poor Jackie.
What? Now I got to shoot myself again?
Yeah.
You better get that. Don't unload yet.
You know what? Don't talk to him about it. I don't get it.
Take a commercial.
Life is passing me by.
Robin?
I just did a movie. I just did my first screen kiss last week, thank you.
Yeah, with a guy? That's what your wife will let you, though.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break.
She can kiss anybody.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back right after this.